Warm greetings from the high 10. It is Everyday Shenanigans. Thanks for joining me. This information this evening will be pertaining to Megan Boswell. She is the donor of a deceased child who was found in a shed last year. There was a Amber Alert put out late pertaining to the disappearance of Evelyn Boswell, a very beautiful child who people were looking for last year. Unbeknownst to them, the child was hidden, deceased, in a shed belonging to a family member. I haven't discussed much about Megan. I was trying to backtrack and remember had I discussed it months ago about her trial, hearing, and all of that. So I'm going to bring you that said information. If it's a repeat, that's cool, because I want to discuss basically what's going on with this chick and what the state has against her. That's the hello, Mildred. How are you doing, sweetheart? That's the topic of this discussion: is what is the evidence that the state has against Megan, when the trial will commence, start rather, and will the state offer her a plea? And that's the said information. Thank you all for joining me. I got 9 viewing. Hello, Miss Mildred. Thanks for joining me. This is a very, once again, just disgusting case out of East Tennessee, alongside another case that is happening pertaining to Summer Wells. Both Caucasian girl children missing from East Tennessee. One currently missing, Miss Summer Wells. No information pertaining to her whereabouts. And then there's Evelyn, who was found on the property of a family member of Miss Megan, the donor. I don't call her a mother. I call her the donor. It's what I always call them. When they're janky and mangy, you don't get that title, because you could have done the right thing and placed her with somebody who could have taken care of her. Hello, Jackie. How's everybody? Hi, Teresa. Wow, Teresa, where have you been? Honey, we're wondering about you, honey. This is just another baffling case out of Tennessee, East Tennessee, right around the corner from the Queen. Something about you all and these kids. Y'all just don't give a damn, I guess. Just say, hell, ain't nobody gonna miss them. I'll knock them off, kill them. Who cares? And then nobody cares. So I'll do what I want to do. Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining me. Got 9 viewing. I want to go ahead and get started because I don't know how long this live's going to last. So this is by News 11, WJHL.com. Mind you, this is a May 14th post, 2021. Megan Boswell's attorney does not expect trial to take place in 2021. Well, we'll see about that. The mother of deceased Sullivan County toddler, Evelyn Boswell, has been scheduled to appear in court next on September 30th. Megan Boswell appeared over video for a hearing on Friday, May 14th, according to the Sullivan County Circuit Court clerk. You can watch the full court appearance in the video below. So in this WJHL News 11 video, there is the video of Miss Boswell in a court appearance. Looking cheeky, mind you. The court clerk said no new motions or charges were brought to the court on Friday. Judge Jim Goodwin said Boswell's September 30th hearing is set to start at 9 a.m. Attorneys are still awaiting analysis of two pieces of forensic evidence from the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. However, both Boswell's attorney, Brad Sproles, and state prosecutors would not say exactly what those pieces of evidence are. There's just a tremendous caseload that the TBI has of crime analysis, forensic analysis, that they do. And probably COVID probably affected it as well, says Sullivan County District Attorney General Barry Starvis. Sproles told News 11 that he could possibly still file additional motions at the September hearing. Sproles said if the case against Boswell goes to trial, he would not expect a trial date before 2022. I would expect it's probably going to be sometime next year. I don't expect it to be tried this year, he said. Several elements of the case, such as trial date or location, are still undetermined. I'm certain the judge will have us do some things to see if we can get a jury here in Sullivan County before he agrees to move it. And another option is that we could go to another county, pick the jury there, and bring them up here for the trial, Sproles said. Starvis said prosecutors have a large amount of materials that they could use in a trial. We're still working to go to trial, Starvis said Friday. News Channel 11 asked Sproles on Friday if the state has made any indication of being willing to offer Megan a settlement. They have not, and I would be surprised if they did, Sproles said. Boswell is charged with 2 counts of felony murder in the death of her daughter, Evelyn Boswell. She's facing charges of aggravated child abuse, aggravated child neglect, abuse of a corpse, tampering with evidence, and more. What could the more be? Interesting. In January 2021, state prosecutors announced they were seeking the enhancement punishment of life imprisonment without parole for Boswell. Sproles said he and Boswell have now completed their review of all the case evidence turned over by the state. In total, Sproles said the evidence takes up almost a terabyte of space on a hard drive. Gee, I wonder why that is. Now, this is her attorney saying this, that the evidence takes up almost a terabyte of space on a hard drive. And break that down for us country folks. Does that mean a lot? Okay. New court documents obtained by News 11 say the hard drive of evidence includes hundreds of photographs of the scene and the victim and a copy of the autopsy report. Hello, everybody in the chat. The autopsy report, or a document rather. Subsequent to the filing of the defendant's motion of bill of particulars, the state provided a voluminous amount of discoverable material to the defense. The immense volume of material necessitated that the state provide the discovery to the defense on a hard drive. Included in the discoverable material were hundreds of photographs of the scene and the victim and a copy of the autopsy report authored by the forensic pathologist at the William J. Jenkins Forensic Center. Additionally, the state arranged for the defense to have a conference call with the forensic pathologist who performed the autopsy to discuss the autopsy findings. So it says the state arranged for the defense to have a conference call with the forensic pathologist who performed the autopsy and findings. Evelyn's autopsy remains under seal to the public by court order, while Megan remains in the Sullivan County Jail where she's been held since February 2020. For the amount of the time she's been here, in my opinion, she's doing amazingly well. She's holding things together. We meet, she talks intelligently about the case, Sproles said Friday. Aggravated child abuse and neglect charges against Megan allege that her actions resulted in serious bodily injury for Evelyn. Motioning for a bill of particulars, Sproles asked the state for clarification on these counts. Statement 6 says, in response to the defendant's motion of bill of particulars, the state would, I don't know if this what this is, would waiver that the serious bodily injury suffered by the minor victim, Evelyn Mae Boswell, alleged in counts 3 and 4 is death. See State versus Love, 2015, Tennessee, blah, 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 AP, Lexus 667, a bunch of numbers. The appellate courts have recognized that death is the ultimate serious bodily injury. Then it goes on to give you a bunch of numbers and state business. In their response, prosecutors wrote, the serious bodily injury suffered by the minor victim, Evelyn Mae Boswell, alleged in counts 3 and 4 is death. Referencing preceding cases, prosecutors wrote further, death is the ultimate serious bodily injury. Indeed. For complete coverage of the Evelyn Boswell case, you can click here in this said commentary. So WJHL is the source for this information. Hello, everybody. Hello, Crystal, darling. How are you, honey? Queen's been worried about you, baby. Thank you for the 2 mods on deck. This is what I want to talk about. What is the evidence that the state has against Megan Boswell in the death of her child, Evelyn Mae? 2 pieces at the time this article was written, which was in May, was en route to be given to the state and her defense attorney. Has it gotten back to both parties? Possibly. We will never know. Her autopsy is sealed by per court order. Why is that? Megan has been charged with causing the death of her child. I will go back up and read you the charges against her. 2 counts of felony murder in the death of her daughter, Evelyn Boswell. She is also facing aggravated child abuse, aggravated child neglect, abuse of a corpse, tampering with evidence, and more. Woo! What could the more be? So that means the state saw in the death of the child some messed up stuff. That you abused the child, neglected the child, tampered with evidence. Oh, yeah. They got you, Megan. But we want to know, what is it? What is the evidence? Will they offer her a plea? That's the title of my video. And as Mr. Sproul says in this commentary, maybe not. No, she deserves life without parole. She also deserves a needle to the arm. I prefer the needle to the arm, considering this was a toddler that she murdered. So I want to know the evidence that they have against her, because it doesn't sound like it's nice. And the fact that they're not releasing the autopsy, and it's a year and a half, almost a year and a half later. Let's see, that was February, March, April, May, June. We're approaching July. You can do the math. Well, yes, all children deserve more. My thing is this: so long as you're above ground, you deserve a decent life. If you're out here doing what you need to do, you're treating people well, you deserve a decent life. But we already know that doesn't happen often, that these demons out here that just keep bothering people, hurting people, causing trouble, they still get to eat, sleep, slumber, get money, go to work, get things willed to them, lump sums of money, spend money, but they're demons. It's just the way the world is. I want to know what the evidence is. I want to know exactly, what did you do to Evelyn May to cause her bodily harm, serious bodily harm, which in these documents is considered death. What did you do to your child to get her dead? Megan Boswell. You see, in the beginning, you lied to the authorities. You got on the news pretending to care about your child. Oh, you were a good actress, so you thought. Whoops, sorry. Buffering. Weather, I think, is starting to act up here in Tennessee. Sorry about that. You lied. And rarely do you get law enforcement to say on a camera that a person that's over a child, related to a child, taking care of the child, is a liar. He said in a very diplomatic fashion. I can't remember if it was the chief or the sheriff or whoever it was, but in his statement to the public, he let it be known, I've never seen a person change their story so many times. So see, that's when they knew you caused harm to your child. Now, they hadn't found her at that time, but they knew you had done something to her because your versions kept changing. And you kept going in front of the news, trying to look cute, wanting to get your 5 minutes of fame, clout chaser, with all these versions. Babysitter, my mama got her over in the trailer park or RV park. Your mama was over in North Carolina with a boyfriend, geeking, getting high, running from the law, guilty parties, stay in trouble with the law, her mama, younger boyfriend. Yeah, where is that grandmama at? Where is Meemaw? See, Megan came from a troubled background. Tumultuous parents. Mother and father bickering, fighting, domesticated situations. Daddy running up on the mommy's boyfriend, trying to harm him with the brother. These are some show enough gutter rednecks. I said that. Y'all give a bad name to some good, decent white folks. Any race. Just redneck. I said that because it's sad. This is the reason we have these stories, you see, because you people aren't civilized beings. You see, that's why Megan killed her kid. She didn't come from nothing. I said it. She didn't come from anything. Anything raised her. So she got out here, got pregnant young, We really don't even know if that boy is her baby daddy down there in the military in Louisiana. Never heard from him. One time, where some of you would rally and say, oh, he's in the military. You know, they can't talk when they're in the military. Well, you could always get a spokesperson to speak for you. Call a spade a spade. Finally, a month and a half or so later, somebody decides to speak on his behalf. Damn. I mean, we've been looking for the child. You don't have nothing to say? Not even his own mother, the grandmother? I found that odd. She had nothing to say. Which led me to think that perhaps, damn, are these people actually related to the baby? Is this really his child? So you have to ask all those questions. Who is whom? Because like I said, Megan came from troubled people, a mother who stayed in trouble with the law. If you follow this case and follow my content, I brought you everything them heathens did from the moment the cameras rolled about this missing baby. Everything they ever did up until that body was found in that damn shed. Queen brought you the 411. They were busy bodies. So she came from a troubled mother, father. The mother out here in the street still doing stuff, getting in trouble, stealing for Walmart, even after the fact. It's like you don't even have the decency to be still while they're looking for your grandbaby. Damn. Why are you going out here and getting in trouble with the law? And news people are following your child around, following you around, trying to get information about this kid, and you don't even have the decency to sit your tail still somewhere. Well, you sure did bring info from the start. Thank you, Cynthia. You know the queen gonna rock it. I'm gonna rock it. And I'm gonna probably try to get some information about this Miss Summer Wells as well. I was wanting to go tilly-tally around, but I have to hold my horses. I got too much on my mind right now. So I got too much I'm trying to do because I'm trying to prepare for this trip to Louisiana. So my mind is too much going on right now. But nonetheless, she didn't ask to be here, Evelyn. Beautiful baby, toddler. I mean, gorgeous. Gorgeous blonde hair baby, blue eyes. Born to the wrong person who was young, didn't give a damn about her, too busy trying to chase after some boy. He ain't got nothing to say. She ain't got nothing to say because, well, she was saying was a lie. The real baby daddy allegedly down in the military in Louisiana, he ain't got nothing to say. His mama family ain't got nothing to say. Just her daddy. That's why I got confused between her daddy and who's the grandpa. I was getting them all mixed up. That baby was found on the property. I'm assuming of the father's house. How long has she been in that shed? See, that's what's going to be the clincher. When they decide to release the autopsy report to the public and they let us know how that baby died, I'm sure our stomachs are going to turn. Because we may be going far back as Thanksgiving. You got to remember, she didn't get reported officially missing until last year. What was that? February 20. That baby could have been dead November 19, December 19. So we don't even really have any idea how long the child's been gone, missing. Allegedly, the daddy saw her around the holidays. Thanksgiving, I think. So who knows? Then she's making up all these stories about Shamika had her and all this. Don't you love these stories? Bye, Casey Anthony. Yeah, Susie May had her. I left her with Susie May and such and such, such and such. Then the babysitter says, well, I last saw her around this time. I was shocked that it was actually a real babysitter. I just was like, what in the hell is going on with these babysitters? Every story's got a babysitter. Luckily, this one allegedly is real. And gave a timeline of when she last had the child. So I'd like to ask her, how did the baby look to you? How did Evelyn look to you? Did she look like she was properly taken care of, fed? How was her hair? Was her hair combed? Was she clean? She smelled good like a baby's supposed to smell? What's up? See, you'll never know with these people. And I want to know what the evidence is. Besides the 2 articles that were held out when this article came up in May, what is the evidence against Megan Boswell? I want to see the photos. Because you're talking about hundreds. And I'm in my right mind, I'm saying, why they got so many pictures? What the hell are we talking about here? Okay, Miss Glass. What will the photographs reveal? Naturally, the photographs are going to reveal what the autopsy will reveal, the death of the child. So now we have to ask ourselves the ultimate question: how did Megan Boswell kill her daughter? Was it intentional death, suffocation? You beat the baby? What? Strangled her? What did you do to her? I'm curious, because I know eventually we're going to get the 411. It's going to come out in court how poor Evelyn May passed away by the hands of her stinking donor. What did you do to that baby? You just said, the hell with it. I'm tired of you. I want to be free. I like this dude. I'm in love with him. Oh, we just bought a house together. Posting all these pictures on social media. Megan, you was the biggest lie I ever seen. You know that wasn't your house because you didn't have no damn money. You didn't have no job. But see, this is what people do on social media. They portray themselves like they got it going on in their little TikToks and their Facebook posts and IG posing and making people think they got this grand life. Or so the people out there looking at the pictures assume and think, whoo, girl, they got it going on. When actually they don't. They don't. That was not your house. In that photograph that you was taking with your boyfriend, that was his house. I'm assuming that he was building or whatever he was doing to it. You just so happen to be in the damn photograph. And you got folks thinking you was building something. You don't even have a job. So you attended school. One of your classmates spoke up on your behalf. She didn't have really much to add to the story, just that she see you coming and going to class. But hell, she didn't know you. All them folks up there right now in Sullivan County thinking, hell, I sure didn't know that little girl. Yeah, perpetrating 101 indeed. Why? You could have asked somebody to help you. Your father couldn't help you. Your mother couldn't help you. We know your mother couldn't help you because that's just a firecracker. Your mama still wanting to be young. Your mama wanting to be your age. That's why she had a younger man. She still wanting to relive her youth. And she's a drug addict and a notorious thief, so she didn't care about nothing. So the lady who you went to stay with before law enforcement arrested you for child neglect charges of Evelyn May, why you couldn't ask that lady to keep your child? I'm curious. What was wrong with asking her for help? She was kind enough to take you into her house. So what I don't understand is why you couldn't ask that same lady to help raise your kid, keep your kid. Why not? You think she would have told you no? Well, she let your dusty ass in her house and didn't know you had killed that damn baby. And imagine that. Imagine the surprise when they came for you. Where'd they arrest you, Megan? At that lady's house. Now imagine. She done let your slick tail lay up in her house and feed her lies. You used her water. Oh, Queen gonna go there. She let you come up in her house, lay up in her house, her bed, her good linen, soap, water, food, detergent. Yeah, Queen gonna go there. You spun her lies for lies. And then the ultimate betrayal is finding out you are being charged in the death of that baby once they found the baby in the shed. So anybody could put two and two together. You either put that child in the shed, you know who put the child in the shed, or it's you and somebody else put the child in the shed. Either way, you are complicit. And you've been up in that lady's house, sleeping and slumbering, spinning lies to that lady. You see, I bet a lot of y'all ain't really thought about that. The webs you weave with these demons out here in these streets. You see, the enemy, he is good at infiltrating. Because won't he come on in and spin a lie to you? Ooh, Queen knows personally about that. I did this. I'm going through this. I got this going on. Whoop, whoop, whoop. La, 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 la. You see, the world is filled with what's the word? Notorious liars. Hypochondriacs. Pathological liars. As soon as their mouth open, all kind of remnants come flying out. Rocks, stones, bones, hell, sharp metals. Shut up, Queen. Why you kill that kid? You're not the first young person to realize the job was too big at hand to take care of a child. Many people have forfeited their rights and gave up their children for adoption, family members, friends, family, whatsoever. And did they regret it? Possibly. But it's better to be safe than sorry. You are a coward because you took the coward's way out, the most heinous, cowardly way out. You snuffed out a kid who could not fight or defend herself. She could not fight you. And you knew that. And you killed that baby. And there's no way in hell I believe it was an accident. Because the way you lied on TV, to the news, the public, to law enforcement, the FBI, you willingly, wholeheartedly, cold-heartedly killed Evelyn May. And all that smirking you did on TV, if I had the right mind, I'd have went right up the highway and found you and beat the hell out of you my damn self. The fact that they may want to, defense, I'm assuming, find a jurisdiction for this trial. Where the hell you getting ready to go in the state of Tennessee? Don't nobody know about Evelyn May and Megan Boswell. You people kill me with these clients. Y'all act like this is Hollywood. This ain't Hollywood. This is East Tennessee. Hillbilly Alley. Yeah, I said that. Ain't nothing going on in these parts. Just ask the good old folks that live here. So what the hell are you talking about? Finding another county. They gonna already know the story of Evelyn May. You're not gonna get one person on that jury from here to Memphis that ain't heard about Megan Boswell and Evelyn May Boswell. Everybody in the state of Tennessee knows about that little white baby that was snuffed out by her nasty mama. So what the hell are y'all talking about? Find a county. You ain't got to find nothing. Send out the notifications to the residents of Sullivan County and pick a jury and be done with it. Your time is dwindling down. It's almost July. It is to start a court hearing September 30th. Let's get this show on the road. No more shucking and jiving and goofing off. Let's get this baby justice because she deserves to have her mama put down. And whoever else is involved, if indeed the state can find anybody that was complicit in the murder, the aiding of, before, after, hiding of the body, whichsoever. So once I've assessed everything to you properly pertaining to Evelyn May, such as the evidence, what is the evidence they have against the donor, the bio donor, why so many pictures were taken in that shed of the decedent baby, how did Megan kill her baby, will the state offer her a plea, will they find a jury in Sullivan County and not outside, and will Megan tell the truth to what happened to Evelyn May? Will time in the box make her remorseful? And she tells the court what she did to her child, the motivation behind killing her baby. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me. She's sinister. Megan Boswell is sinister. I'm telling you, when I watched that girl talk on that news, that smirking man, it got under my skin. Thank you, Brenda. Just got under my damn skin. She's one of those type of people that when you hear them talk, you just want to go up to them and just grab them by their damn collar and just shake them up. Snatch them up, as we say in the street. Just want to snatch her up. She deserves that needle to the arm, most definitely. Not life, but a needle. And I can't understand the motivation behind killing no kid. Too many people out here can't have children. Some woman out here would have loved to have had Evelyn May as her baby girl. Father, too. You took that from somebody who would have been glad to give her a decent home and a decent life. You killed that kid. There's no way in my right mind I believe it was an accident. You killed that kid, man. You killed your baby. And I think you killed your baby because you didn't get the help you thought you were going to get from your family. Your daddy had put you out that trailer that was across from your brother. So then I think you end up going back up to the house. So what I have to ask myself is, who knew about that shed, that baby being in that shed, see? Because, you know, death smells. So it doesn't matter if it's a toddler, a baby, 12-year-old, 20-year-old. Death is death, and death stinks. So what I want to know is, was the shed locked when law enforcement went into it to search? Was there a smell emanating from the shed from the outside? And then once inside, was there the smell of death inside of the shed? Who has had access to the shed? Come on, Queen. Did you put the baby in the shed while living at your father's house? If indeed that's the shed on the property of your father. Because that's even more tricky. If indeed the shed was on his property, you put the baby in the shed So when did you do it? While living there, or while just visiting, or went on in there, put the baby in the shed? And that's another question. Did the shed stay locked at all times? See, Queen, stay on her game. I ask all the important questions you're supposed to ask in dealing with a missing person and a dead person. When, where, how? Were you living with your father when you killed your kid? Where did you kill baby Evelyn? Because like I said, death stinks. And the fact, come on, Queen, they were bringing out bags from that trailer from over there where your brother stayed, that other trailer. They were digging up stuff and bringing out bags, leads us to think something was going on at that other trailer that your daddy put you out of. And why did your daddy put you out of that trailer? Did you renege on an agreement? Was he asking you for rent money, light bill money, water bill money, gas money? What was it, Megan Boswell? Why did your father put you out? Because I have to ask myself, why would a daddy put out his own child who has a child? Come on, Queen. Why would a father put out his daughter and grandbaby? Because what makes no sense, are y'all listening? I'm going to put you out of house A for whatever reason, and you have a baby in tow, but then I'm going to let you come stay in my house with baby in tow. Why would I do that? Or did he ever let her come back to the house to stay with the baby in tow? Teresa says she thinks the baby's dead since November, possibly. And maybe that's why the baby's also deceased. Things were not working out with you and your pawpaw. And you said, well, these folks ain't trying to help me. I ain't getting along with him. He won't let me stay in the house for whatever reason. I don't know what you didn't do. Who's going to tell the truth? That's another thing. Who's going to really tell the truth of this relationship you had going on with your daddy and brothers in the house? Because there are more children involved. And is that what led you to say, the hell with it? They don't want me. They ain't trying to help. Kill my kids. Too much of a burden. I got all these problems, trying to go to school, trying to work, trying to pay a car note, blah, blah, blah. Oops, yeah, y'all forgot about that. Car got sent back to whomever she's paying for a car. So she was shooting bad. But you see, there was help, Megan Boswell. Because I live in the state of Tennessee, and I know how it goes in Tennessee. You could have easily went and asked for some help for housing from your local housing authority or a neighboring county's housing authority. You could have went to local agency to tell them that you were homeless with a child, and somebody would have given you help to get you housing, Section 8, voucher, whatever, for you and your child, because nobody's going to watch you in this state be on the street with a baby. That's why it's called the volunteer state. For those of you who didn't know about Tennessee, this is the volunteer state. That's what our great university is called. The sports teams of the University of Tennessee in Knoxville. The Volunteers. So nobody would have let you stay on the street with your kid. So you could have gotten help to stay in school, daycare, housing, food. You already know you can get food stamps for your child. Stop playing with the queen. You could have had it easy if you had hung in there and followed protocol. But you are like a lot of people. You throw in the towel so quickly and take the coward's way out, which is murder. You see, I don't condemn anybody for placing the child in better care, because many of us are walking and we're taken care of by other people. So that's no judgment there from the queen. But where I have the problem with you, heifer, is you snuffed out an innocent person, baby, for your own selfish reasons. You ain't fit to breathe. And only God will be the one to judge you and hold you to court on your ways, your disposition while you here on earth and thereafter. But you a foul, foul cookie. And I want to know who knew of anything suspicious about you and that kid, and why the hell. Hey, Chris. Hi, baby. Thank you. Everybody say hello to Chris Thorns. Great guy out of Memphis, Tennessee. YouTube channel holder. Prayers for Chris. He just had surgery. Hope everything's working out for you. Holla at me, honey. You see, some nasty business up through these parts. And I'm going to say this to some people who like to think of us as country. Oh, I love that when they say, y'all nothing but some hillbillies down there. They'll say that about the black folks. Y'all so country. Let me tell you something. Many folks that left here in a bag. I like when they think Tennesseans are country, especially up in my parts, because I'm near the mountains. Matter of fact, I'm right near the mountains. Rocks throw. But don't ever get it twisted about Tennessee, baby. You come shucking and jiving in the high 10, oh, you can get gone. You can get gone. Because many people have left these parts and didn't think that they would. You take care, Chris. So you think twice before calling East Tennesseans country. Yeah, maybe. But I think you all know from the stories I bring you pertaining to Evelyn May, Summer Wells, Chad Carr, you can get gone from East Tennessee. Thank you, Chris, for the super chat. God bless you. Love you, honey. Love you too, baby. You can get gone. And if you anywhere near the bottom where Chris is from, because that's my people's town, Memphis, Tennessee, oh, you can surely get gone. Don't ever think because it's the dirty South, we're going to show you favor. We got some dirty folks down here, and they didn't get that name by accident, the dirty South. Somebody wants you gone, they'll get you gone. And it don't matter if it's mama and child, mama and sister, sister, brother, neighbor to neighbor. Somebody don't want you around. Somebody's tired of you. They will knock your ass off. Even a mother knocking off a baby. I see death around these parts every day. Every day, I see people in the community standing trial for murder of another human being in East Tennessee. So location doesn't mean anything. And many people have come to Tennessee from other locales and got themselves put in a black bag and shipped back to where the hell they came from because they underestimated the location. It's dirty here. It's real dirty here. and it's grimy as hell. And I know people right now who have killed people and they're walking around free, and we know that they've murdered somebody, but they did their time and the judge said, you can go now. Sad day when you have to talk about a child missing, and then the worst case, the child has been found deceased, and then the autopsy is released to give you the gritty details of the death of the child. Oh yes, Sonia, indeed. 1,001 places we can put you, indeed. No one wants to hear of a child missing. No one wants to hear of a child being abused, neglected, and nor do we want to hear of a child being found dead by the hands of another human being. But it happens every day. It happens every day. And every day there's somebody bringing you the 411 pertaining to the death of a child. And there shouldn't even be videos made about missing children, dead children. There shouldn't even be news reports about missing and dead children. But there are, because we have cruel people who don't care about kids. Because one, they don't care about themselves. And I keep telling you all the same thing with every story. The truth is at the beginning of the story. You see, it's those little things they say that lets you know what happened to the child. All you have to do is listen. Different versions. Won't take a lie detector test.
Call from Walter Nix.
Sorry about that. Just buffoonery. Utter buffoonery. People don't care about themselves, so they can't care about children. And I keep telling people this, and I'm learning even as a 50-year-old, that he or she cannot care for me if he or she doesn't care for him or herself. Do you understand what I'm saying? You can't love me, you don't love yourself. You can't like me, you don't like yourself. So now you take a spiritless person who has given birth, and you are expecting, thank you, Tracy, you're expecting them to go out in the world and do right by a kid. Well, she, the mother, she don't like herself. And you want her to be the mother to a kid? The father don't like himself. You want him to be father to a child? His kids? Somebody else's kids? Anger management issues. Impulse control issues. Sexual deviances. All the things that can cause harm to a child and get the child severely injured, assaulted, and death. That's why we have these stories. As Dr. Phil says, hurt people hurt people. Ain't no love in the city. It ain't never been no love. Let Queen school you right quick at 50. Ain't no love in the city. Ain't no loyalty in the street. There's no such thing. It ain't never been no loyalty for nobody. It is easier to betray you than be loyal to you. Because if I don't care for myself, I can easily betray you. because I don't feel anything. I'm an empty vessel. So therefore, I have nothing inside of me to give a damn. So it does not matter that I gave birth to you. Does not matter that you're my sister, you're my brother, you're my parent, you're my neighbor, my friend, allegedly, my coworker, my boss. I don't feel nothing for me. So why am I going to give a damn about you? And this is what you see every day with missing children, dead children, missing and dead adults, social media, empty vessels, clout chasers, want to be somebody, ain't nobody, because they ain't got no self-esteem. Oh, me, I want to be the first to do it. I want to be the first to tell it. I want to be the first to talk about it. I want to be the first. Everybody want to be the first of something. But in the end, you're going to be the last. I'll tell you, stay woke. You're going to keep hearing these stories. Do you understand? Because people don't care. I said it about the chat. Comments I see on social media. Some of you getting ready to be a YouTube video, news story, because your spirit is bad. You see, the thing people fail to realize about the world is that the same people you sitting beside, talking to, laughing with, will be the same person on the news tomorrow. To talk on Facebook. And then a YT video. Shut up. Ain't nobody special and ain't nobody exempt from being a news story. Stay woke. Thank you, Tracy. Have you ever looked in the eye of a killer? Have you? I have. I got to walk by a killer, sit by the killer, and look at her and say it to myself. Yeah, I'm going to say it in my life because I can. And anybody wants some static, bring it. Because I'm 50, I can hold my own. You killed my friend's brother over a drug deal gone bad. And I ain't saying what he did was right. Because in the street, the game is different. You either took something from me, you owed me something, you short me my dope or my money. I got a problem with you. Okay. If indeed he did that to her, the dude was wrong. But to look at her after the fact and walk by her, she walked by me at someone's home, I'm looking at her saying to myself, how is she free? How is she free to walk by me? She did not do a lot of time in jail. Judge let her out for whatever reason. But the county that the mess took place in has been known to let people accused of murder bail out. That's on God. That's on God. So I tell myself, looking at her, how is she free? How is this heifer free? So I'm trying to hold my composure. And I'm one to be judgmental at times. Because I was said, if somebody short you your money in the street, 9 times out of 10, something bad gonna happen to you. That's allegedly what's supposed to have happened to the guy who was no longer living. He shorted her the work. She went back in, she shot him. He died. But I'm still trying to figure out why she was free. So I'm listening to her talk about herself. And she said what I've already said in this commentary. She has, at that time, had no self-esteem. And she said it sitting right there in the carport. I ain't never liked myself. I ain't never been happy with myself. So you see, that's why she stayed in trouble all the time. She also had a kid. Maybe have more now, I don't know. But the point is, she never liked herself. So it's easy for her to get in trouble. It was easy for her to get wrapped up in selling drugs. And it was easy for her on that fateful day to get that work she bought from him, allegedly, the version in the street. It was not right, short, whatever it was. Money short, dope short, whatever. She went back in to say, hey, this ain't right, blah, blah, blah. And then she took it upon herself to handle the situation, and she shot him. So my thing was still the fact that she walked around shortly afterwards and didn't stay in jail long. I don't even think it was a year. She was let out, probably some type of pre-trial, whatever. She didn't do a lot of time. Maybe she got a lot of, probation time, perhaps, stay out of trouble. But just looking at her, here's somebody I've seen in the community, heard of her, getting in trouble all the time, staying in trouble, wanting to be one of them badass girls. And I'm sitting here looking at a murderer. And see, that's what's so funny about life is that we can talk all the junk we want about what we would do if we sat beside a killer, what we would do. No, you can't say what you say because it's easy to say it now because you ain't sitting beside the killer. But I sat right there in the carport with her and I'm looking at her like, damn, you killed that boy. And I understand what he did is a no-no in the street. I get it. I ain't even arguing that. Because I know if it was a dude, it'd probably been the same result. They would have probably done what she did to him. But it's weird sitting there with her, knowing what she did to dude, and she was free. That's what was weird to me. But talking to her, I see how she ended up in this situation. She's never liked herself. She's never been secure with herself. Her mama had her young. Her mama ran around, did her own thing. She's no longer living now, the mother. But the grandmother took care of her. And the grandmother was pretty old lady taking care of this young girl who she couldn't do nothing with. Because this girl was a hell raiser. Listen to me. You couldn't do nothing with this child. Spoiled rotten, did what she wanted to do, stayed in trouble, and the ultimate killed a man. She didn't like herself. So you see, you've got her out in the world, getting in trouble with the law, breaking the law, get shorted some product, whatever, decide to kill the person over it. But she told it right there in that carport. I ain't never liked myself. And I ain't never been happy with myself. I've always been a miserable, depressed person. So you see, she's walking the earth and she takes that omen and spreads it around. Like so many people do. That's why you have these stories about these kids. Now imagine this same person who will pop off and shoot somebody over some dope, shorted, money, whatever. This same person got kids. Are you following me? I don't think you hear me. I don't think you hear me. Now you might say, oh yeah, okay. Would a guy be a good father? Uh-oh, Queen gonna go deep now. Yeah, we're gonna go to the belly of the beast now. We're gonna go street now. If a man got shorted his money of dope, would he be less of a man as a father? Would he be considered a bad father? Because he just shot Pookie, because Pookie shorted him? See, some of you'll say, well, I know him. He all right. Dude should have showed him to work. Woo, woo, woo. Okay. I'm not even about to argue none of that. But would you still say he's a good father? Though he just snuffed out this man over here over some business deal gone bad. You see, our perceptions of things can vary depending on, one, the circumstances. Two, do I know the victim and or the perpetrator? Do you understand what I'm saying? Because in every case of a crime, there will always be somebody who will sympathize with the victim, and there will be somebody who will sympathize with the perpetrator. And you know this. So as quick as she snuffed out my friend's brother, and most people probably know this person. He was a famous person, played pro ball. His brother got murdered here in East Tennessee. There'll be somebody that ride or die with her. Because the first thing they'll say is, well, he know the code. He know not to short nobody no damn money or no work. So he asked for that. And he got what was coming to him. But what did a baby ask for? You see, Evelyn wasn't in the street. Evelyn wasn't in the game. Evelyn didn't ask to come here. Evelyn didn't choose Megan as her mama. Evelyn didn't choose them ranky ass kinfolk. And Evelyn didn't choose her daddy, whoever he is. Because none of us asked to be here. None of us asked to come here. None of us asked for the parents that we were given. None of us asked for our living situations as children. We ain't asked for none of that, but we got here nonetheless. I'm tired of these stories. I'm tired of hearing about children being neglected, being hurt by their parents friends, the parents' baby daddies, the parents themselves, the parents' boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, husband, friend, neighbor, babysitter. I'm sick of these stories. I'm sick of you MFs out here keep pushing out children like they're candy and knowing you don't want the responsibility. Well, then stop. Birth control is free. Go get you some from the health department. They give you free condoms and the shot and the pill. Go get it. Or keep your damn legs closed. Enough of the BS. Kids don't ask to be here. I'm not going to hold much longer, but that was what was on my mind today pertaining to Evelyn May. Her mother will be going to court September 30th, Megan Boswell. I'm wondering what is the evidence that the state has against Megan Boswell. I'm wondering what's in the numerous photographs that they took, over 100 photos of the crime scene, the autopsy report. What will the autopsy report reveal in the manner of death of Evelyn May Boswell? How did Megan kill her child? I know I will probably be sick to my stomach once the autopsy is released. I'm praying that I'll be able to stomach the evidence of what happened to this baby. I'm curious to know if indeed she was malnourished, beat up. Worst case, besides death, sexually assaulted. You never know when you're dealing with the mind of a diabolical creature. What happened to Evelyn May by the hands of Megan Boswell? And will she take a plea if the state offers it? Naturally, it's looking like life without parole. Maybe they'll have a change of heart. Who's to say? But in my opinion, Anybody that kills a child deserves death to me. That's how I feel. I don't believe you should have the right to lay up and let people's paychecks feed your tail till you die in there. You walking around trying to do your hair and wear lipstick like some of these heifers I've seen who about to get the needle to the arm. If I was to look at them in a photo, I wouldn't even know that they was in prison. Because you walking around with your hair jiggy, makeup, eyeshadow, mascara on. Where the hell you going? The hell you getting painted for to take a new mug shot of you in penitentiary? I want to say this to a certain person out there, and I think you know who you are. I don't even have to call your name out. You stay on Facebook posting shit like you ain't done nothing to your kids, but you the orchestrator of why your children too are missing right now. You never cared. And you're the lifeless vessel I'm speaking of. You sit up and post stuff as if you have no idea how your kids got out your custody. You act as if you had no part in how your children got gone in the state's care. And now 2 are missing from the state that everybody knows what I'm talking about. Why don't you own your part that you never cared? That you never cared for your kids. And nobody took your damn kids from you. You checked out because the street life was more important than being a mother. You wanted to hang with them Negroes in the street. You want to chief, you want to drink, you want to keep opening your legs, you're not using nothing, getting with Tom, Dick, Harry, making children, different daddies, whoop-de-whoop. Hey, it's your life. But when something formed in the tummy, you bringing that here. Them here. They didn't ask to be here. They didn't choose you. And that's what you goofy ass women need to understand, and goofy ass men need to understand. Ain't nobody chose you to be their mama or their daddy. Because if they had to go in the book of life, you wouldn't be the one they choose. Because you ain't worthy. And that goes for all of us. You ain't worthy. You want to get high, pop pills, smoke, chief till your fucking head blow up off your neck? Hey, be my guest. You want to drink till you can't stand up? Be my guest. You want to be on the ice, the meth, whatever, the heroin, whatever it is you jiggy with? Hey, do you? Keep your legs closed. Use birth control. Homeboy, put on a condom. Yeah, I'm messing with the dudes too. Put on a condom. Or get it, snip, snip. Stop making excuses after the fact. When the state gets in your business about your kids, now you acting like you're a rap star. You don't know what the hell's going on. You a participant. When you lay down, conceive a child, make a child, egg or the semen, it's all the same. You are now a willing participant. You don't have a right to act like it's nothing when the state law enforcement is in your business about your kids. They neglected, abused, sexually assaulted, not showing up to school. However it goes down, you orchestrated this, so you finish it properly. But I'm sick of the stories, and I'm sick of this one heifer posting stuff to Facebook like you have no dealings with how your children got out of your custody. You're the orchestrator. You brought them here. You checked out. The state took your kids. And now you sit up and act like you had nothing to do with how your kids got out of your care. Nobody went looking for you, lady. Nobody in cloaks and dagger in the middle of the night knocked on your domain looking for you. Nobody went looking for you to take your kids because you wasn't nobody for nobody to be caring about any damn way. Nobody went looking for you. Nobody told you to hang in the street with every Tom, Dick, and Harry, getting high, doing this, drinking, leaving your kids with anybody, for your children to be abused, to be hurt, to be harmed, for the state to then come in and take the child once you take your children to the hospital and they realize children got broken bones, sexually assaulted, whatever the deviant is for that day. On your part that you fell off, you chose to fall off. Then the state came in and finished the deed. And you didn't follow through to do what you need to do to get your kids back. You didn't do what you needed to do to get your kids back. So to cry wolf now because your kids are missing. 2, you ain't raising either. You got a lot of fucking nerve. I'm going to say this and I'm out of here. Hey, heifer. What were you doing before December 21st, 2020? Before your babies were reported missing, the ones you didn't have no fucking custody of. What were you doing before December 21st? I'll wait. If you want to donate to the channel, $ Big Angie 129 Cash App. All super chats are welcome during the live. Stay woke. Watch the children. Be mindful. See something, say something. Let the snitch rule be for the street. You ain't in the street. Act civilized. Do the right thing. God is good. God is good all the time. Please have a safe week and weekend. Happy 4th of July to all of you. If you're going to drink, get a designated driver, Uber, whichsoever. God bless all of you. Thank you so much. I will bring you more information pertaining to Evelyn May. God rest her soul. We're going to get justice for you, Evelyn. We're going to get to the bottom of what happened to Summer Wells. We're going to get to the bottom of what happened to the boys of Cal City. We're also going to get to the bottom of what happened to Baby Cash. Stay woke. The devil is real. The devil is real. I want to thank all of my true loyal fans. God bless all of you. Thank you so much for everything and the support. Countdown to New Orleans. I'm on my way. Hallelujah. Thank you so much. God bless all of you. I want to tell you something, but I don't want to tell you. I want to surprise you. The queen is going to do her best. See, the Lord made sure it rained because he said, I don't want you to do that just yet. So that's why he let the rain come down just now. He said, I don't want you to do that just yet. I want you to hold court, queen. But I'm going to let you do what you want to do. I'm going to go back into the belly of the beast and a story that we're all talking about right now. And I'm going to bring you that information the best I can. As soon as the weather clears up. God is good and he's able, and I hope he holds me favorably on my journey to more shenanigans pertaining to a missing child out of East Tennessee. Lord God, give me strength because I'm going to need it. No updates to Chad Carr. Just went to Facebook. I haven't seen anything. If you want information pertaining to the disappearance of Chad Carr, there is a update pertaining to Dateline. His sister, as I told you a week or so ago, has spoken with Dateline pertaining to the disappearance of her brother. He is still missing here in East Tennessee. I have not heard any new news or whereabouts sightings of Chad Carr. If you are interested in this story, please follow my content on the YT. Go to Facebook. There are many postings pertaining to Chadwick Carr, 32 years of age, missing from this area as I speak. I know these people hurt him. I believe the people at that halfway house, the foundation, are the culprits in the disappearance of Chadwick Carr. We're not going to rest until we get justice for Chadwick. Although he is an adult, but you all did something to him, and we're going to get justice for him. It's everyday shenanigans.